at Indiana War Memorial, after Treaty of Versailles and Loud Kiddington at Indiana War Memorial. Here's Fort Sackville and Siege of Fort Vincennes before Operation Desert Storm. And Loud and Pepper at Indiana War Memorial on Hysteria's Indiana War Memorial.
Back to the drawing board.
The year 1759, the place Vincennes, India. On November, Sergeant John George was born in Raritan, New Jersey, which proclaimed itself to be enlisted in the Continental Army as the private and served as a drummer boy. And what's the word for the 1st New Jersey Battalion of Maxwell's Brigade?
Rock and roll, dudes. The best of the way to march to the battle for the United States of America. Does anyone know where George Rogers Clark during the American Revolution?
On February 23rd and 25th, 1779, during the siege of Fort Vincennes, the Great Britain, led by Henry Hamilton, was captured by George Rogers Clark.
I suppose we thank you all soldiers for bringing every commands of George Washington back. Of course we couldn't have done it without him, as well so we could protect our fort from redcoats.
Finally, on September the 3rd, 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed by me, John Adams, Ben Franklin, and John Jay, formally ending the American Revolutionary War. Did you know that George Rogers Clark's siege of Fort Sackville in what is now Vincennes, Indiana, was turning point for the American Revolution in the West?
Why, with pachyderms, I can even catch a musket ball at 30 paces.
This has been Vincennes, Indiana. The year 1924. The place Indianapolis, Indiana. This is what we called the Memorial of Indiana War, starting in the Indiana War Memorial. In 1950, the construction of Indiana War Memorial is complete. In 1989, the plaza was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. And also, early in the morning on January the 17th, 1991, the Persian Gulf War began. Today on Hysteria, we'll see if that's true.
With your host, Charity Bazaar.
The Kingdom of Poland was started in 1025 with the coronation of King Boleslaw I. For centuries, Poland lived in peace except for the occasional invasions by the Germans.
I didn't say it was! I thought this was the home of the President of the United States! What's the tape recorder for?
Boy, was he a stress case.
What an idea! What a big idea! I should have known it was the Operation Sandstorm, Operation Desert Storm, was led by the United States.
Do you think Alexandria would be closer?
Be with us next time when Big Fat Baby looks at famous bombings in history.
Guess what? More water! Yesterday, water! The day before, water! For the past 70 days, water! Nothing but water! You're starting to get the picture, Captain!
I'm Bill Straitman, and I say goodnight from Operation Desert Storm in 1991. And remember, it was on the exhibit side of Indiana War Memorial. So let's go line through Loud and Pepper, who are the host of Indiana War Memorial. Welcome to Indiana War Memorial with your host Pepper Mills and Loud Kennington.
Glad to hear it, because I'm proud to be bringing you a very special document.
Thank you, Miss Hensborough. Thank you. I'll be paying you all off later. Here's the first clip to break the ice.
Hey, hi, I'm George Washington, patriot, father of our country, and denture wearer. Boy, was that ever embarrassing. You know, over the years, I've tried all sorts of false teeth. Dentures made from the teeth of hippos, cows, walruses. Hey, I even had a full set made out of wood.
Fine, but you dropped a hammer on my head. I'm trying to come up with an idea. Ow! And be careful with those apples.
And while President Lincoln had sons named Robert and Edward, President Kennedy had brothers named Robert and Edward.
The ice cream truck's here?
Oh, no, that's not all.
Now here's our 32nd president, Franklin Roosevelt, famous for his fireside chats.
Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin, American President Franklin Roosevelt, and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill.
Gentlemen, to finish off our meal, we will call this cake peace, because nobody likes war, and violence is a terrible, terrible thing.
What are you, some kind of bomb? 828,000 square miles of North America, stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains.
Okay, so I wasn't such a Soviet Union, but I made up for it. I was such a nice guy.
Oh, not you, dude. I just came up with the name of my band. Nasty Head Wound Rocks.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show.
And maybe you could be the next world leader on Hysteria.
Bye-bye!
After Pepper and Love talks about Indiana War Memorial, Acapella talks about something.
In 1861, 3-inch Nance raffle was modeled by John Griffin Jr. and Samuel J. Reeves. And now the next cartoon, Loud Kennington enters Custer's Last Stand, since the Indiana War Memorial on Hysteria.
At ease, everybody. I brought a really rousing all-American cartoon to entertain the troops today.
Hooray!
And I want you to watch it.